Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 2. We are going to focus on how to write a discussion essay. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to write the introduction. In the next video, I'm going to teach you how to write the main body and the conclusion of this particular essay question. So if you want to have the complete Band 9 essay, I recommend that after watching this video, you watch the next video on how to write the main body and the conclusion. We are going to begin the lesson with me giving you some information about IELTS Writing Task 2. The first thing that is important to remember is that you get 40 minutes to write your task 2. You should write more than 250 words. If you're aiming for a Band 8 or a Band 9, then you need to write around 300 words. IELTS Writing Task 2 is worth about 66% of your total writing marks. Your essay will be marked on task response, which is how well you respond to all the parts of the question, how relevant your answers are. You will also be marked on coherence and cohesion, that is how well your ideas are organized and developed and linked to each other using linking words, but also how well your ideas are organized in paragraphs and how well the paragraphs are linked to each other. Remember, when it comes to IELTS Writing Task 2, you need to write only 4 paragraphs. The introduction, 2 main body paragraphs, and the conclusion. You will also be marked on vocabulary. And finally, you will be marked on grammar. So your essay is marked on task response, coherence and cohesion, vocabulary, and grammar. Your writing task 2 is a formal essay. There are different types of essays that you could get in task 2. You could be asked to write an opinion essay, a discussion essay, an advantage-disadvantage essay, a direct question essay, or a solution essay. If you want to know how to write all those different types of writing task 2s, then have a look at my channel. I have a playlist on writing task 2. You will find a lot of videos on how to write the different types of essays. I also have a playlist on IELTS Writing Task 1, IELTS Speaking, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, questions and answers. So if you want to know more about that, just have a look at my channel and you will find so many videos and playlists about IELTS. The other thing I would like to remind you is that the General Training Writing Task 2 is the same as Academic IELTS. The essay is written in the same way and the scoring is the same. The only difference is that the General Training essay questions are often easier and topics are simpler. All words in your essay will be counted, even small or repeated words. Now that you have all the information that you need to know about IELTS Writing Task 2, let's get into our question. But before we do that, remember to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. Also, do not forget to share this video on all your social media platforms. For example, on Facebook, on your WhatsApp, on your Instagram, through your Gmail. Share this video with other people so that they can also benefit from it. I share these videos with you with a lot of love. So please share these videos also with other people so that they can also benefit from the videos. Now, thank you very much. Now, let's begin our lesson by looking at the question. The first thing that you do when you get your IELTS Writing Task 2 exam is to read the question. Read the question very carefully and identify all the parts of the question. Usually, IELTS Writing Task 2 begins with a statement. And then after that, you get a question. Let's try and understand this question together. Some people think that climate change could have a negative effect on business. Others think that climate change could create more business opportunities. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. That is the question. Now let's analyze it. Some people think that climate change could have a negative effect on business. So, what that sentence means is that there are people who believe that climate change could have a negative effect on business. So they believe that due to climate change, business will not be affected positively. Due to climate change, businesses will be affected negatively. That is one group of people. And then others think that climate change could create more business opportunities. So, the first thing that you will do is underline climate change. So you know the topic is climate change. After that, you should underline negative effect on business. And then in the second sentence, you should underline more business opportunities. So in the first part, you underline negative effect on business. And in the second part, you underline more business opportunities. That means that in your essay, you have to make sure that you talk about both the negative effect on business and you also talk about more business opportunities, and you link that to climate change. Because the question is, discuss both sides. What are the two sides? The first side is negative effect on business, and the other side is more business opportunities. Okay, those are the two sides, that climate change could have negative effect on business, and the other side is climate change could create more business opportunities. So discuss both sides and give your opinion. So in this essay, there are three things that you have to do. You have to provide a discussion on how climate change will lead to negative effects on business, but you also have to discuss how climate change will create more business opportunities. And thirdly, you have to give your opinion. Which opinion? Do you think that climate change will lead to negative effects on business, or do you think that climate change will create more business opportunities? So you have to pick which side to support. Now, once you have understood the question, we have seen this question has three parts. negative effects on business, number 1. 2, more business opportunities, number 3, giving your opinion. So you choose between the two which side you're going to support. Once you have understood the question, then the next thing that you do is write your introduction. What is the examiner looking for in the introduction? What is IELTS looking for? IELTS is looking for the background statement and the thesis statement. What should you write in the background statement? The background statement is the easiest part of the test. Why? Because all you have to do is paraphrase IELTS statement. What does paraphrase mean? Paraphrase means you rewrite IELTS statement in your own words, but don't change the original meaning. So in the background statement, all you have to do is rewrite IELTS statements. In this case, we have 2, but don't change the original meaning. How do you do that? You do that by finding word synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are words that mean the same. So you paraphrase IELTS statement by finding word synonyms to replace the words in IELTS statement, but don't change the original meaning. You are also allowed to keep some words if when you change those words, it's going to affect the meaning. You are also allowed to change word forms. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now let's begin paraphrasing IELTS statements. We begin with the first statement, and the statement is, some people think that climate change could have a negative effect on business. Some people think that climate change could have a negative effect on business. We are going to rewrite that in different words that mean exactly the same. So we begin. Some, I'll keep that word, some. The next word is, we have some people. So I will replace some people with some. Some people, I'll replace all of that with some. If you want, you can write certain individuals, certain individuals. If you don't want to write some, you can write certain. And if you don't want to write people, you can write individuals. That is also correct. Certain individuals. And then I'm going to replace the word think with hold the perspective that. Think that. I am going to replace the word think with hold the perspective. Some hold the perspective that. And then I'm going to replace the word climate change with global warming. Climate change, I will replace that with global warming. And then I'm going to replace the word could with might. Could and might mean the same. I will keep the word have. I will keep the word negative. And then I'm going to change the word effect. I'm going to replace that with repercussions. Negative effect, negative repercussions. I will replace the word business with business enterprises. Remember, I'm aiming for a band 9. So right from the introduction, I have to use advanced vocabulary. So I will replace business enterprises with, I will replace the word business in IELTS statement with business enterprises. So I am done rewriting the first statement that IELTS has provided me with. Some people think that climate change could have a negative effect on business. Some hold the perspective that global warming might have negative repercussions on business enterprises. Now, I move on to the second statement that IELTS has given me, and that is others think that. Now, others think that climate change could create more business opportunities. Others think that climate change could create more business opportunities. So the two opinions are opposite of each other. So I begin rewriting the second statement in my own words. I link the first and the second statement with the linking word whilst. Whilst simply means while. Okay, it is simply an advanced Band 9 word which means while. Whilst means while. So, whilst others, I will replace the word think with are of the view that. I will replace the word think with the words are of the view that. And then I will keep the word climate change. I will replace the word could with might. And I will replace the word create with lead to. Lead to and create in this context mean exactly the same. I will replace the word more with the words an increase in. An increase in. And then I will replace the word business with the words business openings and deals. And then I will replace the word opportunities with avenues for. Okay, avenues for. And also the word openings means opportunities. Business openings, business opportunities mean exactly the same. So that's how you're supposed to write the background statement. You're supposed to paraphrase IELTS statement, which means you write IELTS statement in your own words, but don't change the original meaning. You're allowed to keep some words. I have kept several words. I have kept the word climate change. I have also kept certain words like others. The main idea is that you rewrite IELTS statement by replacing as many words as you can in IELTS statement with your own words, but remember, don't change the original meaning. Once you have written the background statement, as you can see, my background statement is one sentence. IELTS statements are two. They are two sentences. So to join the two sentences together, I use the linking word whilst, meaning on the other hand. Some hold the perspective that global warming might have negative repercussions on business enterprises, while others are of the view that climate change might lead to an increase in avenues for business openings and deals. You can also say certain individuals. If you don't want to say some, you can say certain individuals hold the perspective that global warming might have negative repercussions on business enterprises, while on the other hand, so you can also say that. You can even begin with, on the one hand, some hold the perspective that global warming might have negative repercussions on business enterprises, while on the other hand, others are of the view that climate change might lead to an increase in avenues for business openings and deals. You can also do that if you want to begin with on the one hand and then on the other hand, so you have a few options there. Once you have written the background statement, then you move on and write your thesis statement. I always tell my students your background statement should not be more than 2 sentences. If IELTS statement is 1 sentence, then your background statement should be 1 sentence. If IELTS statements are 2 sentences, like we have here, you can join them together in your background statement using a linking word if you want. And then once you have done that, you move on to the thesis statement. What should you write in your thesis statement? In your thesis statement, for a discussion essay, the examiner is looking for 2 things, what and why. What means, what is your opinion? State your opinion. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. What is your opinion? That means that which side do you support? Do you support the people that think that climate change could have a negative effect on business? Is that your opinion? Or is your opinion that climate change could create more business opportunities? What is your opinion? Choose one side. Now, I have some students who always ask me, can I agree and disagree? Can I support both opinions? Can I support the people that think that climate change could have a negative effect? Can I agree with those people? And can I agree with the people that think that climate change could create more business opportunities? Of course you can. The problem is that it complicates your essay. It makes it very difficult for you to write your ideas clearly. You only have 40 minutes, so don't complicate your life, please. Instead, just pick one side. Pick whether you support the people that think that climate change could have a negative effect on business, or support the people that say climate change could create more business opportunities. Please just pick one side. So in your thesis statement, you should answer what and why. What is your opinion? And then after that, you should give a reason for your answer. Why? So let's answer the first part. State your opinion. What is your opinion? So you begin with the words, in my opinion. That makes it very clear to the examiner that you are going to be writing your opinion. Now, if you don't want to begin with in my opinion, you can begin with in my point of view. Okay, in my point of view, from my perspective. Okay, so in my point of view, or in my opinion, comma, I strongly believe that climate change will most certainly result to an increment in business opportunities. I have stated my opinion, and as you can already tell, I support the people that think that climate change could create more business opportunities. In my opinion, I strongly believe that climate change will most certainly result to. Result to means create, okay? An increment. Now, in the background statement, I use the word increase. But in the thesis statement, I use the word increment. Those are 2 word forms. I have changed the form of the word increase to increment. Okay? Increment simply means increase. So, in my opinion, I strongly believe that climate change will most certainly result to an increment in business opportunities. I have stated my opinion. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give a reason for my opinion. To introduce my opinion, or rather to introduce a reason for my opinion, I'm going to use the linking words due to the fact that. Now, due to the fact that simply means because, okay? You can use because if you want, but make sure that you use a linking word that makes it very clear to the examiner that you are about to give a reason for your opinion. Due to the fact that entrepreneurs and innovators will come up. That should be will come up with new business ideas on how to deal with the effects of climate change. Okay? Due to the fact that entrepreneurs and innovators will come up with. Please put the word up between come and with, okay? Will come up with. Due to the fact that entrepreneurs and innovators will come up with new ideas on how to deal with the effects of climate change, okay? Due to the fact that entrepreneurs and innovators will come up with new business ideas on how to deal with the effects of climate change. Okay, so I have given a reason as to why I believe that climate change will most certainly result to an increment in business opportunities. The reason for that is because entrepreneurs and innovators will come up with new business ideas on how to deal with the effects of climate change. So, give a reason for your opinion, but make sure that it is not in details. You don't need to explain your reason in your thesis statement. No, your thesis statement is simply your opinion of on which side you support and a reason as to why you believe that. Okay? So that's how you write the background statement and the thesis statement. In the thesis statement, you can also choose to write two sentences. One sentence for your opinion and another sentence for the reason. So you could write, for example, in my opinion, I strongly believe that climate change will most certainly result to an increment in business opportunities. Full stop. This is because entrepreneurs and innovators will come up with new business ideas on how to deal with the effects of climate change. So you can also just write two sentences. In the background statement, you can also write two sentences. So you can write, some hold the perspective that global warming might have negative repercussions on business enterprises. Full stop. Others are of the view that climate change might lead to an increase in avenues for business openings and deals. Full stop. So you can write two sentences for the background statement and two sentences for the thesis statement. But because I'm aiming for band 9, I want to use complex sentences. That is why I have written one sentence for the background statement and one sentence for the thesis statement. Now, this brings me to the last section of this lesson where I'm just going to give you a recap of the most important things to remember from this lesson. The first thing is once you receive your IELTS Writing Task 2 question, then read it very carefully and underline all the keywords in the question. Make sure you understand both sides. After that, think about which side you're going to support. Are you going to support the people that think that climate change could have a negative effect on business? Or are you going to support the people that think that climate change could create more business opportunities? How do you decide which side to support? You think in terms of whether you have the ideas. If you have the ideas to support your opinion, then go ahead and pick that side. If you don't have any ideas, then don't pick that side. Always pick the side which you have a lot of ideas to discuss. The next thing is write your background statement. In your background statement, simply paraphrase IELTS statement, but don't change the original meaning. You are allowed to keep some words if changing those words will affect the original meaning. You are also allowed to change word forms. For example, instead of saying increase, you say increment. Once you have written your background statement, then you write your thesis statement. In your thesis statement, state your opinion. Which side do you support? After that, give a reason for your opinion. How long should your background statement be? It should be one sentence or 2 sentences. If IELTS statement is 1, then you should write 1 sentence in your background statement. If IELTS statements are 2, like we have here, then you can join them together to write 1 sentence, or you can write 2 sentences in your background statement. How long should your thesis statement be? It can be 2 sentences, one for your opinion and another one for your reason. But you can also write 1 sentence like I have done here. Remember to join the 2 sentences using linking words. Now, that's how you write the introduction for this particular essay question. Have you learned something new? Did you find this lesson helpful? Did you find the lesson informative? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then please subscribe to the channel for more useful content. Give this video a thumbs up and share this video on all your social media platforms. Now, thank you very much and see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.